Hello everyone and welcome back to Bacon. Also welcome back to the Cinderella phenomenon. Fritz's route. We're going to continue on with chapter 9. Let's see how far we get into it today. The ending tends to be very long, so the ending will most likely be either the next video or the video after that. We're about to finish though, and I'm terrified. Since Durian and Garland, I close my eyes and will the memories away. Now is not the time. I must keep my promise to a parfait. I begin to search through my drawers. I could have sworn that this is the last place I saw Neverland and Tinkerbell. There it is. Tinkerbell, an elaborate golden key, is exactly where I remember leaving it. I place it carefully beneath my lamp so as to keep it hidden from sight. But where's Neverland? I nearly turn my room upside down looking for it, but I never find the golden box. It should be here. Why isn't it here? My body is heavy after all that happened today, and soon I find myself collapsed on my bed. It will be fine. I have until midnight tomorrow to find it. I'll continue looking in the morning. Aw. That would have been a good interlude. Once again, you never know when they're going to show up, though. My sleep is broken and disjointed, so when dawn comes filtering through my windows, I am already half awake. I pull myself out of bed and rub at my eyes. I need to find Neverland. I retrieve Tinkerbell from where I'd hidden it and slip the key into my pocket. Then, with renewed determination, I continue my search. Why isn't it here? It had been right next to Tinkerbell. I feel it would remember had I moved it. But I did drop Neverland months ago, didn't I? I've been meaning to get it fixed, but I always forgot. But it's not here. That means someone must have taken it. But who? Would Mother or Mithras have taken it? Where should I look? Let's see. Where should I look? Throne room, dining room. Well, if it's her mother who left it with her, her mother most likely came to retrieve it. So probably the throne room. Thankfully, when I get to the throne room, it is empty. But where do I even begin to look? Out of the corner of my eye, I notice something sparkle from the throne. I rush toward the throne and am unable to believe my dumb luck. Girl. It's clearly a trap. Don't do it. The box is definitely there, sitting right in front of me. I found it. But why is it just sitting there? Something feels off. Oh, thank you. See, she can be smart sometimes. If it isn't my disobedient daughter. I reach out and snatch Neverland to hold it to my chest. I have to keep Neverland and Tinkerbell safe. No matter what. I'm glad to see one of my servants is still capable. Still, I wonder why Varg did not report his success in retrieving you. Varg did not tell her? I shall have a word with that cur. Mother works toward me. I was not amused when you left the palace, Lucette, but I thought that sooner or later Faye would send you here to retrieve something. You were a very good girl for keeping that box safe as I told you to. But I see it was a mistake to leave it here while I was attending to Mithras' report. So it wasn't a trap. You didn't purposely leave it there just to catch her or something. I clutch Neverland tighter. This does not belong to you. Mother's voice is ice cold when she speaks. Oh? You hurt me so much last night. I hope you're not planning on leaving me again. I know you're hurting too, dearest one. I know you want to stay here with me. Mother sighs, and suddenly I can see the mother from my memories, the one that had held me close and sung to me to sleep at night. If Faye hadn't interfered, you'd be so much happier. Faye? Once upon a time, she was my dear friend. We were like sisters until she betrayed me. She's no doubt going by a different name to hide her true nature from you. But you know now. You know that she was pulling you from your birthright. You were happier when you could not remember, weren't you? What? Oh, my darling. Mother reaches for me and I cannot move as she sets a hand on my cheek. I have only ever wanted to protect you, Lucette. I have only ever wanted the best for you. Mother gently runs a hand through my hair. I sacrificed so much so that my daughter could be a crown princess. I did not want to erase your memories, but I knew how much it would hurt you if you knew my true nature. And I knew how sad you would be if you knew just how much your father did not love us. Either of us. And all because of his ridiculous love for that wretched harlot and her whelps, the very same commoner he married after I was gone, the woman he sought to marry from the start. Ophelia? The king has loved Ophelia for so long. Isn't that unbelievable, that he was still so loyal to her even after he had me? I should have made good on my threat and just killed her, regardless of whether Gennaro did as I demanded. But he has always hated witches. That is why he is so cruel to you, and why he was so cruel to the both of us. Dearest one, we only have each other. So it was, and so it will be. I am the only one that will never hurt you, the only one you ever need to love and obey. Your longing for anyone else, your memories of anyone else, they are all unnecessary. Now be a good girl and listen to Mother. Oh, I think these are the last choices, because it's usually like right before the finale stuff happens, and they're usually like 3 in a row. I'm just gonna openly refuse! No! I flinch away from Mother's reaching hand. Mother hurt the king. She hurt so many people. She killed Garland. No. What did you say to me? I cannot let her hurt anyone else. No. Correct choice. Awesome. Mother's eyes glitter as light begins to collect in her palms. I can only bear your disobedience for so long, Lucette. It seems you require discipline. Mother raises her hands, the light reflecting the cruelty in her gaze that I am now too familiar with. Knowing I couldn't outrun her, I turn my back and hold Neverland to my chest. I must protect Neverland. The air crackles and I brace myself for whatever Mother might unleash. I feel a hand on my back and then I am pushed away. I fall down on the ground hard. What was that? You. Did you miss me? Delora. How'd you get in here? I had some help. Princess. Fritz? Yeah, it's Fritz! Fritz runs toward me and holds out his hand to help me up. Fritz. I thought I'd lost you. It was only for a second, but he pulls me close to him in a hug. I would never leave you. Oh, baby. Fritz's arms tighten around me briefly before he releases me. We both turn to face Mother. You're going to hurt her, your own daughter. This is no concern of yours, and even if it was, what could you hope to achieve? You are so much weaker than the wolf, so much weaker than Varg. Fritz's body stiffens. Even now you only cling to a shred of control. Tell me, Sir Fitzgerald, how much longer until you are completely erased? He was strong enough to resist Varg, so much that he was able to get me in here past your guards and your barriers. I think that makes Fritz plenty strong. I do not recall giving the traitor permission to speak. Do not think I've forgotten how you betrayed me, Delora. I haven't forgotten anything either, Hildur. Larea was only a child. Her fate was entirely your doing. Who are you talking about? Larea was my daughter. What? I've never heard Dolores speak of a child. I'd always opposed Hildur's actions. I disagreed with her creation of the fairy tale curse from the beginning. But when I voiced my opinions out loud, she targeted my daughter. She killed her in front of me. Suddenly, everything in the room is... Wait, what? Okay, I was gonna... keep moving, but You killed Dolores... Okay. This now makes Dolores' attitude toward Lucette make complete sense. Wow. Okay. That's horrible. Oh my good gravy. Suddenly everything in the room is still. The two women glare at each other, but neither of them moves. You were not there when our kind were being hunted and slaughtered like animals in their own homes. I am the Tenebrae bearer. I felt each of their deaths like they were my own. Retribution was necessary, but you being so holy and so good. It took little Larea's death for you to understand the anguish of her brethren, to comprehend my anguish. I would not have killed her if you were not so blind. Wow, she was only 10. You're a bigger monster than I even thought you were. And she suffered for your weakness. Oh, I hate narcissists like this. Oh, reminds me of my childhood. Delora holds out her arm and sweeps it across the room, lightning traveling up her arm. Fritz tugs me around one of the columns and then presses my back into the coolness of the pillar. He holds himself against me, acting as a shield. Don't move. The ground shakes as Delora releases her spell. You think you can defeat me when you haven't even been training? How foolish. Please, I have no intention of defeating you. Fritz. Cover your ears, princess. Too confused to question him, I obey.
Can I help you?
I hear the sound of lightning cackling in the air. Should that be crackling in the air? Followed by an explosion. The column comes crashing down to the other side of the room. Time to go. Fritz's hand tightens around mine. We run out of the throne room with Delora as Mother's screech sounds through the room behind us. Are you okay? Yes, I'm alright. I'm just so glad you're here. See, what did I tell you? What are you talking about? Your knight here was scared that you wouldn't want to see him anymore after what happened yesterday. Fritz's fingers tighten over my own. If only I was strong enough to fight Varg, I could have. It wasn't your fault, Fritz. But what matters is that you're here now. Aw, and she's smiling at him. Fritz looks at me and smiles. How do you know where I would be? Intuition. And magic. Well, yes, and magic. Do you have Tinkerbell? I hold Neverland in one hand as I reach with my other to search for the key in my pocket. Thankfully, my fingers still brush against the cool metal. It's in my pocket. Shouldn't you guys be escaping and not just standing here in the hall talking about it? Good. Very good. Whatever happens, you must get Neverland and Tinkerbell to the margin, okay? Why aren't you guys marching to the margin? I nod my head. That's a good girl. Parfait said to be here at midnight. What time is it? We're too early. Sometimes Parfait is early too. Looks like tonight is not one of those nights though. It looks like my coming early was both a blessing and a setback. She's using the name Parfait? How sweet. Told you guys we should have been escaping, but no! Fritz steps in front of me as Mother reappears in front of us. Stay behind me. Aw, cute. Fritz, I would never forgive myself if you got hurt. Please stay behind me. Fritz smiles gently at me and my chest aches at the sight. Everything will be alright, I promise. I promise I'll protect you. Aw, I know you will. Aw, so cute. Fritz, Lucette must make it out at all costs. I do not like the sound of that. Me either, honey. And I know there's supposed to be multiple deaths. Or at least that's what that one comment said. And you must understand why I cannot let you take my daughter from me. Oh, you took mine. Delora's hands begin to glow. Perhaps this time Lucette shall watch as you die, Delora. No. Well, you can try and kill me, but your chances are slim. I have a very good knight with me, and I think he likes me more than he likes you. That can be remedied. Mother flicks her wrist. Delora holds out her own hand as if to prepare for the impact of a spell, but the magic never comes. Mother's not aiming for Delora. With a gasp, Fritz drops his sword and falls to his knees. Fritz! Come along, Varg. I won't let you. That's when I realize that Mother is calling for Varg. Her hand twists in the air, manipulating Fritz's body to copy its movements. His body writhes and turns as he struggles to remain himself. Oh no. Now. No, Fritz! Princess. I'm sorry, but I can't. Fritz looks at me one last time before the familiar darkness envelops his body. Fritz! Uh-oh. No, Varg, be a good dog and get Lucette back to her room. When Varg appears, he is standing absolutely still, his eyes surveying everything calmly. There is an intensity to them, but it is sharp and contained. I flinch back from Varg's bright eyes. No. Varg? You were going to hurt her. Pardon? I don't intend to obey someone who would hurt the princess. Mother hisses in annoyance. I do not know how you inspire such loyalty, Lucette, but it is very inconvenient. Mother flicks her wrist and a responding light flares out from behind her. My queen? Great, reinforcements. I order you to restrain your pet, Mithros. At once, my queen. Mithros extends his hand toward Varg, and the minute he does, Varg's body stiffens and he grits his teeth. I always make sure to have control over any of my creations. This is not going as planned. You think? You had a plan? Now, my darling. My hands shake and Neverland nearly tumbles from my hands as I struggle not to collapse. Since you have become so tainted by the thoughts these people have put into your head, I shall have to start all over again. But don't be afraid. Cleansing your memory will not hurt. And when you wake, you will be my daughter again, my dearest one. Mother reaches out her hand toward me. Every fiber of my being screams at me to move, but my feet are heavy and I am shaking so hard I cannot stand straight. I do not want to forget anything or anyone anymore. Behind me, the clock tower begins to chime. Not on my watch. Delora quickly runs in front of me and casts Protective Shield. Delora, you can't... I will not let her erase any of your memories, Lucette. I brace myself for impact and I feel the ground shudder as Mother's spell comes in contact with Delora's shield. A loud crack emanates from Delora's shield as it begins to crack. An offensive spell. You're going to kill your own Delora's words fade when we see another spell coming towards us. I hear a low laugh rise from Mother's throat. Goodbye, Delora. Lucette, run. Delora! I cough as clouds of smoke slowly fade away after the impact. My whole body feels as hollow as ice as I gaze at the sight before me. Delora's body lies on the floor in front of me, unmoving. I collapse to the— oh no, did she really? I collapse to the ground, my vision blurry as I stare numbly at Delora's limp figure. No, this cannot be. Please tell me she's faking again. I reach out to touch her and sharply inhale when I feel how cold and clammy her skin is. Is she dead? Is she the other one that dies? No, Delora. Always conjure another shield after being hit by a powerful spell. Have you forgotten your lessons, traitor? Now she can finally reunite with her daughter. Wow. I've never wanted to punch someone in the face as badly as I want to punch you in the face. Not even Delora, who you just killed. And I wanted to punch her pretty darn badly. Neverland tumbles from my grasp as I grab Delora's arm to shake her. No, Delora, please. She's still breathing. She can be saved. She cannot die like this. A bright light appears before me and suddenly Parfait is standing right in front of me. About freaking time! Fairy... Hilda, what have you done? Faye, it's been a while. Parfait addresses me without looking back. Princess, do you have Neverland? Yes. I reach blindly for Neverland with one hand as I keep the other on Delora's arm. A warm hand settles on my shoulders. The touch is comforting and familiar. Have faith, Princess. I will not allow you to leave, Fairy. Mithros casts his magic, but Parfait easily deflects it. She moves to cast a spell in retaliation, but doubles over as soon as the spell flares out around her. Ugh. I'm so good at conveying emotion. You are fading, Faye. The Lucis itself is fading with you. My eyes lock with Varg's, and for a moment I can see Fritz through him. I see his lips move, but whatever words he speaks to me are mute. He shakes his head. Light begins to engulf me, and I see nothing apart from Delora's pale face on my lap. I do not move, even when the marching walls come into existence around me. The place is devoid of its usual warmth. Delora. She's not responding. I fight down the rising grief and try to remain calm as I turn to Parfait. Please, save her. Save her! Parfait glances down at Delora, eyes glassy. It is as if she is hiding emotions behind a frigid mask. I feel that her mask is a reflection of my own. Any moment now, it will fall away and I will be able to see her tears. Princess, the spell that Hilda used was a powerful one. There's nothing I can do. The air in the margin seems to leave all at once. No, that's not true. You have to... Lucette. Oh no. Delora. Oh no. She does not move and her eyes are still closed as she speaks. Lucette. I'm sorry, but I can't stay. What? No, don't say that. I've been lucky. Hilda took my Larea away, but I got you in return. Hilda took my Larea, but I got you in return. I like to think that my daughter would have grown up to be someone like you. Delora. I believe in you, Lucette. I have always believed in you. You cannot leave, Delora. I won't let you leave. Though Dolores' body does not move, I can feel the energy of her body slip through my fingers like sand. Her body slowly begins to fade away until only specks of glittering golden dust remain. What? Is this route somehow supposed to make up for the fact that nobody died in Rods? And we still have a whole nother chapter after this one, so more people could still die! A terrible prickling cold seeps into my heart and chest, and the frigidness envelops my whole body. I cannot breathe. It is only when a teary-eyed parfait pulls me into a hug that I realize my throat is raw and that I've been screaming in grief. Oh my god! I'm gonna stop things here for now. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.